Senior leadership and management training to influence your output, growth, change, and culture.
Hi, it's Nick Hill. Good to have you with me here today. There are certain things that I've discovered through working with clients over these last 26 years. And there are some very common traits when it comes to how people deal with emotions. What happens when you or I or others experience that emotion inside of our body? What do we do with it? How do we respond? First of all, let's just take a look at where emotions are generated. They are manufactured in part of the brain called the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is a shared structure in the brain, meaning that that emotion that you experience, whether it's now or at some other time, is being generated in the cerebral hemispheres, neither left nor right. That's your left and your right brain, but in both. But what's interesting is, even though it's generated here, it's experienced sometimes systemically, which is why, I don't know if you can remember that 1990s Wet, Wet, Wet song called Love Is All Around. Do you remember? Marty Pellow singing, I feel it in my fingers, and I feel it in my toes. How is that possible if it's generated here? Okay, so the nervous system plays a very important part here, where you have synapses between cells communicating messages throughout your entire body. So you feel the emotion of Marty Pellow's love in your fingers, in your toes, or you are feeling fear eating your entire body, fear engulfing your entire body. Now, let's just recognize that whether it's love, whether it's fear, or whatever the emotion is, it is there to communicate a message. Hang on, what do you mean communicate a message? I thought it's just this blob inside me that either I like or I dislike. There's a lot more to it than that. If you work on the basis of the presupposition that your subconscious, and it's a presupposition for a reason, by the way, that your subconscious mind is there to support your conscious mind and ultimately your entire being, and therefore your existence and your longevity, then it's your subconscious mind therefore generates that emotion in the brain, the tangible thing called the brain, inside of the amygdala for a reason. What do you mean for a reason? A reason which you may not actually be aware of. Hence the reason why that emotion necessitates exploration. Don't just experience it. Get the message the emotion is trying to communicate to you via signals. So recognize, first of all, the emotion is there to serve a purpose. You don't know yet what the purpose is, but listen to your subconscious mind right now or at any time when you experience an emotion and ask yourself, what's the message right now? I feel this emotion, but what's the message the emotion is sending me? Get the message and act on the message appropriately. Not in a Will Smith kind of a way during the Oscars, okay? But you act on the emotion appropriately. So you say to yourself, what is this emotion that I'm experiencing in my body right now, or in my fingers, or whatever it is, okay? And once you've done that, you then put a label on it. You say, what is it? Okay, this feels like hurt. This feels like disappointment. This feels like anger. This feels like frustration. Whatever it is, put a label on it, but then question whether or not that label's correct. You better believe that your subconscious mind will make sure that if you've misinterpreted the message, it will send you yet again another message, but perhaps in a different way. Or the amygdala will intensify that emotion until you finally get the right message. So misinterpretation of the message being communicated through the emotion is just going to cause the amygdala to keep sending that signal. And you don't want that. So give yourself a moment just to sit back. Do it now. Do it with me right now. Just to sit back and say, okay, how do I feel right now about whatever it is? Ask yourself, what do you feel right now? Just sit back and just be silent just for a moment or two. Okay. And put a label on it. Okay, now, what you need to do is to recognize that there's a message there. If the message is hurt, if the message is fear, if the message is frustration, what do you do about it? Now, there's not, unfortunately, a one-size-fits-all solution to all of these emotions that you might not want to nurture in your body right now. But you still have to respond.
Label the emotion before acting on it to prevent misdirected behavior. Nicholas C. Hill.
If you are enjoying these webinars, please like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and send it to someone that you love. See you in the next webinar.
Attend this training in person or online. Book an in-house tailored course, one-to-one program, or enroll on our open masterclasses today. Inquire now on 0345 678 9900 or email info@hilltraining.com.
Read Nicholas C. Hill's Professional Leader magazine now, the new quarterly digital publication for leaders and managers like you who want to influence output, growth, change, and culture. International Master Coach Trainer of Leadership and Management Strategy, with over 25 years of experience, Nicholas C. Hill gives you over 90 pages of relevant, profoundly challenging, and solution-driven content, enveloped in beautiful artwork that you can read on any digital device. Our cover stories deliver essential lessons in leadership from the late masters of business, government, and non-profit. Our Thought Leader column shares the timeless wisdom of thinkers who changed the landscape of organizational philosophy and psychology. Get the leadership and management resources you need today. Purchase Professional Leader magazine now on professionalleader.com.